Alright, it's recording.
Okay. Alright, hello. Today we are going to be talking about India and how to communicate with somebody from India, and yes. Jaylene will start this, but she's not here, so we don't have any of her information about India, so we'll just go right into it. Okay.
We're going to go into USA versus India. We, as Americans, go to the church and they go to Hindu temples. Indians believe in multiple gods, and most Americans are either atheist or believe in one god. They're monotheistic. We both have the biggest film industries, such as Hollywood and Bollywood. Both of us have democracies. We are both democracies. USA is one of the richest countries, and India is actually one of the poorest. Both of the USA and India are mainly conservative. They both have multi-ethnic populations, and they both respect their religions greatly. Southern India and Northern India have a distaste for each other. There is arranged marriages in India based on social class. In America, marriage is based on emotions. If you love someone, you get to marry them. Your parents don't have to choose that for you and arrange it for you. The way of living in America is expensive, but actually the cost of going to school in India is more expensive than in America.
The religion that is most prevalent in India is Hinduism, which is practiced by 80% of the country. Hinduism is a vast religious well in the fact that there are said to be over 33 million gods, goddesses, and demigods.
What?
The most worshipped gods being that of Vishnu, Brahma, or Brahman, given your interpretation, and Shiva. These gods particularly are the most associated with the cycle of life. Vishnu is known for being the creator of life, Brahma, the caretaker, and Shiva, the destroyer. In Hinduism, this is just an unending cycle of events. The religious influence on the culture. Hinduism, because of its overwhelming popularity, seeps into the day-to-day lives of the Indian people. In the religion, cows are considered a sacred animal. In fact, Hindus believe that all life is sacred. That's why most who practice Hinduism are vegetarian. The culture. Whereas in America, we might say that football, soccer, or even baseball is the most popular sport. Can you guess what it is in India? If you said cricket, you'd be right. Cricket, a game brought by the British, has captured the attention of the Indian people. The game started as early as 1918. Now, if you want to know more about cricket or kind of interested, one of my favorite movies, actually a Bollywood movie, it's called Lagan. Check it out.
Communication. If you've ever wanted to know how to communicate with somebody from India, either on a personal level or a business level, there are a lot of very important things to know. First of all, it is very common in India to be mistrustful of strangers or just seem kind of avoidant. And this is caused by several factors. One is that when you're interacting with someone from India, they're more likely to remember the bad things that you've done to them over the helpful things that you've done for them. So it's very important to have a good reputation and keep a good reputation. Conversation starters. Indian people have often said that they're not very good at starting conversations and they're not good at small talk because they're either going so fast that they don't stop to think about it, or because they're just very introverted. They also have very negative reactions to sarcasm. This isn't to say that they're not funny or enjoy a joke, but they don't really like sarcasm. In their lifestyle, they're very busy, so they don't have a lot of time for casual conversation and casual chat. They like to talk about things that are important. Also, with their social closure, they don't have a whole lot of interaction with those outside of their social caste. So the man of the house isn't going to talk to his gardener or somebody else's gardener or just a slave, not a slave, but a servant. They don't enslave people. So Some important things to know when you're communicating with somebody from India is that you should speak with empathy and always try to talk about the other person more than you talk about yourself. You should also speak with conviction and actually be honest and believe the things that you're saying. Keep a good reputation, and something that I found from this woman who lives in Hyderabad, India, is she said that you should not try being flirty with somebody from India because they will never ever talk to you again because they don't really appreciate that. Finally, the most important things to know is the etiquette of speaking with somebody from India. It's important to show emotional restraint, so if you're really angry or upset or even excited about something, it's very important to keep those emotions kind of under wraps and not be so vocal about it. It's also very inappropriate to talk for someone else or ask somebody a personal question. Talking for someone else is extremely rude, even a child. And so it's very inappropriate to answer a question that isn't directed to you. It's also inappropriate to ask somebody else a personal question because they find that very inappropriate, they find that very rude, but they also have been raised to always answer a question when asked, so it puts them in a very awkward position. When it comes to initiating conversation, it's important that you're not the only person initiating conversation because that shows that you're very egotistical and very egocentric. Silence in India is used basically the same way it is here. Silence can be used to show emphasis, to express anger, to show disapproval, or even just to show that you're satisfied in a situation. It's not uncommon for people in India to visit each other's houses and just kind of sit and relax in silence with each other. Eye contact in India is also very important. Whereas in America, we use eye contact to show that we're engaged and interested. In India, that's kind of seen as invasive and rude. So it's important to not hold direct eye contact during conversation. And finally, when you're talking to somebody from India and you're talking to, especially in a group of people, it's very important to put the group over the individual. Don't single people out. Make sure that you're talking to everyone and make sure that everyone is getting a chance to talk. Sources. The end.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we'll put Jaylene in there.